when you start Blender, by the default, like when you download it, you'll always get this scene that opens. It always opens up with the collection, camera, cube, light, at least for this version of Blender. So if I were to change it and let's say go to File, New, let's say General, it would always open up with this scene. When you're first starting out, having something in the scene to manipulate might be helpful to you. However, once you start knowing how to use the software, or once you're in your discipline for your production or whatever you're creating, you'll probably either want to start with a blank scene because these are probably not what you want, or you have a certain default objects or scene setup that you use anytime you start that you would like to have. So for example, if you want to start blank, maybe you could go in and delete all these and maybe start off with here, and then let's say go like this. Maybe a lot of other 3D software starts off with an empty scene like this. What you could do is that next time you open Blender, it'll open up in this default way, empty, or however you want to set up. So you go to File, Defaults, Save Startup File. So now, are you sure you want to save the startup file? I click yes. So now, even if I go in and change it around, let's say add Shift A to go add object, let's say a plane, and Shift A, let's say a monkey here, Shift spacebar, then press G to move. Let's say I'm just moving things around. I'm like, okay, I want to start over. Since I already saved my default file, I go to File, New, General, Don't Save. It goes back to the file setup that I did. So it's, let's say for some reason, I'm always creating monkeys, and I always start off with that. So this is the front. I could click here. Oops. I'll bring that over there, and I'll duplicate that. We'll go to Object, duplicate, Shift D, and you could hold X to stay on the axis. Shift D, I'll hold Z to stay up here, then Z to stay up here, then we'll just move it like that. Let's just say I always start off with this. I could go into File, Default, Save Startup File, confirm by clicking, go to, I guess, well, select, tweak mode, click and hold, select, go to select box, select everything, delete. So if I start up a new scene, because I saved it, File, New, General, Don't Save, it's that when I save as a default file will always open it up. So you could have your own specific setup for that. Now, let's say you mess this up and you want to go back to the default Blender for whatever reason. Maybe you do like how it was set up originally, or you don't like your current setup anymore because you're not working that specific mode or production or whatnot. What you could do is go to File, Default, and say Load Factory Settings, and say Load Factory Settings here, and it will bring back the original. But if you go to File, New, General, it's going to bring back your scene. So what you have to do is it brings back the scene that you last saved. What you're going to have to do is go to File, Default, Load Factory Settings. Yes, Load Factory Settings, click on it. Then go back to File, Default, Save Startup File, and confirm that. So now if I were, so let's say delete everything and then go to File, New, General, Don't Save, it goes back to the original setup. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.